Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Tampa Bay. A gorgeous day, the temperature in the 80s, and just a bit of a breeze. I'm Charlie Jones. This is Jimmy Cefalo. Today's game for the championship of the state of Florida.
Yeah, before 1976, when the Tampa Bay Bucks came into existence, this entire state of Florida was Dolphin country. So in the stands today, we may see as many fans from the Miami Dolphins as from the Tampa Bay Bucks.
And we expected a battle of quarterbacks. We're going to have a battle of quarterbacks, but not the quarterbacks we expected.
No, you're right. Dan Marino will be here. It was kind of a sweet and sour Dolphin day for Marino a week ago against the Jets. The sweet, he threw for 521 yards, the second best passing day in history. The sour, he threw 5 interceptions.
And for Tampa Bay, we expected to see Vinny Testaverde. He had a bad week last week. He's not going to start. It's going to be Joe Ferguson, the wily veteran.
Right, an old nemesis of the Miami Dolphins. He was a quarterback for the Buffalo Bills for many years, faced the Dolphin 23 times, and he had his single best passing day against this Dolphin defense, throwing for 419 yards back in 1983. I don't think Don Shula is happy about seeing Ferguson back there.
That game in 1983, Buffalo won in overtime, and that was Dan Marino's first start.
Yeah, it sure is, and they've come a long way since then. Dan Marino a week ago showed why he is considered the top 1 or 2 quarterbacks in football.
And there is Dan Marino. And interestingly enough, in that ball game, as you look now at the top passing games in the history of the National Football League, that first start that he had against the Buffalo Bills and quarterback Joe Ferguson, who then, of course, was with the Bills, his first pass was an interception.
Yeah, it's also interesting to note, looking at that graphic, the 3 of the top 5 passing performances in history were losses. It says a lot about statistics are not always true to the mark.
Now, did you play in that ball game?
No, I was up in the Orange Bowl press box with a knee injury, as a matter of fact.
It's funny. The toss of the coin?
Yes, and it looks like Tampa Bay has won the toss and will receive.
They'll be receiving.
I mentioned earlier that Joe Ferguson, this is his 24th start against the Miami Dolphins. He was 3-20 with the Buffalo Bills, but statistics, as we saw by that graphic, are very misleading. The reason I say that Don Shula may not be happy with seeing Ferguson there is because he understands this Dolphin mindset and the Dolphin defense. He certainly played against it often enough. He knows what works for the Dolphins. He knows what doesn't work for the Dolphins.
We want to take this opportunity to say hello to our viewers here in Tampa Bay because of the sellout. And, of course, to our viewers all over the South, and particularly in the state of Florida. Gorgeous day. I know. I even have received word that there are several viewers on the golf course. They're taking the television sets out in the golf carts as they play.
This just in.
But that report just in from Boca, as they say. Yes. So, Tony Franklin will be kicking off for the Miami Dolphins. Donnie Elder is the deep back in the middle, and he is the key kickoff return man for the Buccaneers. Don Smith is on the far side. Jeff Smith is on the near side. And the sun is shining in Tampa Bay. It is a beautiful afternoon in Florida. And this kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beer. And it is taken by Jeff Smith, and he will return to the 26-yard line. And so Tampa Bay will go to work. Ryan Kitchen with the tackle for Miami. A look at their offense with Ferguson, Wilder, Smith, Carrier, Hill, and Hall. And the offensive line for Tampa Bay, Gruber, Mallory, Grimes, Bruin, and Taylor. First down Bucks. They'll open with a double tight end shed, and that means that Calvin McGee will be in there. James Wilder is the remaining back. Ferguson, the quarterback. And Wilder gets the call, and he has a yard. That's it. Gain of 1, second down and 9. Mark Brown cut him down. And here's the defense with Turner, Sauché, and Klein, the front 3. It's the basic set. Graff, Brown, Offerdahl, and Green. Langford back in the lineup. Judson, Hobley, and Williams. 2nd and 9. Ferguson to throw. Incomplete. Ron Hall, the tight end, his intended receiver, so it will be 3rd down and 9.
Joe Ferguson, you know, the veteran's been there forever. Vinny Testaverde on the sideline watching. Let's take a look at the motion. Usually a quarterback, the bigger the windup, the more interceptions he will throw. And as you see, Ferguson throws right from the air. Very short, strong pass. He was off the mark that time. But that's one of the reasons Ferguson has been allowed to stay in the NFL for so long. Testaverde can learn something from watching him. Long time between games, though. His last game, he was with Detroit. It was December the 21st, 1986. So it takes a bit of getting used to from the shotgun. Quick fires, first down. Bruce Hill. I like his motion, though. He does fire right from the ear. Yeah, and it didn't take him long to get back into game shape, did he? Bruce Hill has been such a great surprise for this Tampa Bay team. This is a nickel situation. 5 defensive backs in for the Miami Dolphins. Hill is working against Don McNeil, number 28, and beat him quite badly into the slot, and a big first down for Joe Ferguson. That will get him over some of the jitters, even though he's been around for a long time. Not playing in 2 years will make you a bit nervous. A gain of 16 to the 43-yard line. And here's Wilder to the 45. So he picks up a couple of yards on the right side. It'll be 2nd down and 8. John Offerdahl has been well, the best defensive player the Dolphins have had in quite some time. Watch him, number 56, middle of your screen. See, he sees the guard come down, and he steps up into the hole, gets in the middle of the pile, and really is the one that causes that tackle. James Wilder, number 32, the man who Offerdahl brought down back into the lineup after missing a couple of games with a bad ankle. That's good news for the Tampa Bay offense. Don Smith now checks into that offensive set. He and Wilder are the running backs. 2nd down and 8 at the 45. Opening drive of the ball game, no score. Smith gets a call. His momentum will take him to the 47, so he'll have 2. It'll be 3rd down and 6. The Dolphins have 2 of the most active linebackers in football today, in John Offerdahl and in Mark Brown. When Mark Brown came into football, he was a smaller back, number 51, top of your screen. Now there's Offerdahl coming underneath again, get in the middle of the pile, but it's Brown and Offerdahl, 51 and 56. You've got to keep your eye on. Mark Brown saw him before the game, and Offerdahl looked like twins out there. Big, strong people who can move very quickly and have great noses for the football. Double tight end on this set, and Wilder is the remaining back. 3rd down and 6. Timing pattern, and it's incomplete. So close at the 25 to Bruce Hill. Langford was trying to pin him against the sideline. Well, it doesn't come as much of a surprise that the Tampa Bay may try to pick on Paul Langford. He's had the knee injury. Top of your screen, man-to-man coverage now. Hill makes the mistake because he just turns it into a foot race. He's got to give Langford something along the pattern. He drops the football and was open for a step, but he's got to like jiggle a little bit, force the defensive back to stop, and then move away, and that's what causes separation. And Criswell to kick. And a fair catch is called for and taken by Scott Schwady. 11:34. That is the time remaining. First quarter, we have no score between Miami and Tampa Bay. Miami Dolphins, Dan Marino, Hampton, Bennett, Duper, Clayton, and the rookie tight end, Farrell Edmonds. And that offensive line of Geisler, Foster, Delamac, Galbraith, and Ronnie Lee. Miami from their own 13-yard line, you are privy to their first play, but not privy if they're going to run it here with this field position. Well, I think the Dolphins like to run the ball when they're this deep in their own territory. Usually, though, they like that little halfback flat pass to open a football game up with. But they are deep at the 13. Pass is complete left side to Hampton. A little swing into the left flat, and he goes out of bounds. And Harry Hamilton was there for the defense. Speaking of the defense, we'll take a look at the way the Bucs will line up in their standard 3-4 set with Davis, Jarvis, and Goff. Goff replacing Ron Holmes, who is out with an injury. Murphy, Marv, Coleman, and Moss. Reynolds, Futrell, and Hamilton, as Mark Robinson is also deactivated for this game. An opening gain of 7, so it's 2nd down and 3. Lorenzo
Hampton to the line of scrimmage, cut down by Reuben Davis. And now let's check the 10-minute ticker and see what else is going on in the National Football League today. No score in that big game in Cleveland. The Rams in front of New Orleans. That's another big one, 3-0. Ooh, look at, is this right? Let's go back a panel. Let's not move through that so quickly. The Bears, New England leading Chicago in the first quarter, 6-0.
Well, remember, New England knocked off the then undefeated Cincinnati Bengals 2 weeks ago. They've been playing well.
Oh, they are playing well. And in the other games, as you saw, no score. Oh, we'll keep an eye on that one. 6 in the secondary. Flea flicker. Release deep downfield. The man is open and is going to be overthrown. Clayton had a little bit of a problem getting loose.
Yeah, he did. The key to this is that Jim Jensen did not take the ball long enough on the flea flicker. Look at the secondary. The safety gets caught up in front because he almost bit on that run to Jensen. Not quite, however. I can't get his number. It's a little bit off to the side. However, it looked like it was number 39, Harry Hamilton. If Jensen takes 2 more steps with that football, even 1 more step, Hamilton bites and the Dolphins have a touchdown.
Reggie Roby to kick. Bobby Futrell, the return man, at the 21-yard line. He's out to the 30 and will be down around the 33-yard line. 4.65 the hang time. Brian Kitchen downfield. A 58-yard kick. That New England-Chicago game, a Doug Flutie touchdown pass. The extra point was blocked. New England 6, Chicago nothing. Buffalo, 10 minutes, 27 seconds. Time remaining. We're in the first quarter. As we look at statistics of Joe Ferguson, his last game, as I mentioned, December the 21st, 1986. His last start was on December the 7th.
All right, and all of his career highs just happen to come against a Miami Dolphin team. So, as we said earlier, sometimes statistics don't work. Well, in that case, they don't, because Joe was 3-20. You can look at it 2 ways. Either he just didn't have a good team around him, or he didn't perform well.
Well, he performed well. Well, he probably a little bit of weak.
Probably.
Pass is complete to Mark Carrier. And it is going to be close to the first down. They're going to spot it, I believe, at the 42.
When you look at the receivers in this game, Clayton and Duper for the Dolphins, Carrier and Hill for the Tampa Bay Bucks, you might think that the Dolphins have the advantage. However, it is Carrier and Hill for the Bucks who are the leading tandem as far as receiving yards are concerned in the National Football League. A lot has to do with the number of times Tampa throws the football, but they are 2 young and talented receivers.
The world doesn't know about them yet, but they will soon. James Wilder. He needed a yard, and I think they're going to give it to him. His momentum will carry him to the 43. Offerdahl was there, the leading tackler for the Dolphins. And it is a first down at the 43-yard line. Now showing the I formation with Wilder the up back and Don Smith the deep back. And we're going to talk things over. Timeout. Tampa Bay, 9:35 time remaining, a scoreless first quarter. Back in a moment.
By in the midst of the Tampa Bay sideline? Well,
Yes,
not really. The man with the hat is Mike Shula, standing right there, who was an assistant coach, the youngest in the NFL at 23 years of age. And, of course, the son of Don Shula on the opposite sideline, standing next to Vinny Testaverde and signaling in the plays, the offensive plays, for Joe Ferguson.
Ferguson, 204, 24 yards. Wilder, 3 carries, 3 yards. Don Smith. Jarvis Williams leads the defense. Miami tough to run against today.
Well, the Tampa Bay team has not done a good job this year so far of running the football. Here, Hugh Green, number 55, an old Tampa Bay Buck, getting tackled up with one of his old teammates. Yeah, as a matter of fact, one of his dearest friends, James Wilder, but he still gets in on the play. That's ironic. James Wilder and Hugh Green were taken number 1 and number 2. Green first and Wilder second, 1981 for this Tampa Bay team.
Second and 5. Ferguson to throw. Here comes pressure from the outside. Pass is complete to the tight end, Ron Hall. the good read by Ferguson because the pressure was coming from the same side that he threw to.
Right, and it was a good pick by the receiver on that side of the field. That's the two wide receivers run those quick slant patterns, and their idea is to either get open and catch the football or allow the tight end, in this case Ron Hall, to slip underneath, cause some confusion with the defensive backs. And the Dolphins run that play to perfection usually in Tampa Bay with Joe Ferguson running it just as well.
3rd down and 1, and that means that Eric Kumaro will come in, and the Dolphins will show a 4-man front with Klein, Sauché, and Turner joining Kumaro. 3rd down and 1. First down, Tampa Bay, and a flag is down. First flag that we have had. The play, if it stands, is good for 4 yards to the 44. Lars Tate, the rookie, and the offsides. They'll take the penalty. It's an extra yard. Either way, they have the first down. Dick Hantak, the referee.
Offside, defense, number 99, 5-yard penalty, first down.
Rick Graham was offside, first down.
Top of your screen, Rick Graham might have lined up offsides. He sure did. His head is into the neutral zone, and that is the reason for the flag.
The neutral zone, of course, the length of the football, that imaginary line from each tip of the football. Right. First down at the Miami 43-yard line. And here's Wilder. He picks up 6 yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 4. William Judson and Hugh Green make the tackle.
Hugh Green, when he was introduced to this crowd the first time playing backer
Yes.
since his trade, was booed just a bit. Quite a bit. His job here is really to turn the play inside, and he does it. The tight end with a fairly good block against him. That's Calvin McGee, number 86. But it is Hugh Green's job to turn the play inside, make sure it doesn't go outside of him. And he's got to have help from Mark Brown, John Offerdahl, the inside linebackers of the Dolphins.
Rick Mallory with a key block, just a bit. It was a standing boo.
Well, wasn't that bad? He might have been saying Hugh. See, that I give the benefit of the doubt.
No. Good opening on the right side. And then it was closed down. Wilder, the ball carrier, 34-yard line. He has 3. It's going to be 3rd down and 1. Let's check those scores on our 10-minute ticker. Cleveland leading Cincinnati early. Rams leading New Orleans early. Still New England by 6. Touchdown. The extra point was blocked. No score in the Buffalo-Green Bay game, in Pittsburgh in front of the Jets 3-0. No score Phoenix-Dallas. Philadelphia 3-0. And here we have no score between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers as we're moving on the 7-minute mark. Time remaining in the first period. Lars Tate. Flag down. Holding is going to be called against Tampa Bay. Tate, the short yardage specialist of the Buccaneers. He has scored 5 touchdowns, and they've all been from inside the 2-yard line. How do you refuse it and make it 4th down and 1, or do you take the penalty? I think here you might want to take the penalty.
I think you should make it 4th down.
Offense, number 68, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the downs, 3rd down.
That's why I'm sitting up here next to you, Charles.
Yeah.
But Igwe Buike, of course, is not missed under 35 yards. It would have been a longer field goal for him. But I'm always against giving a team another down.
Another opportunity.
Yeah, another opportunity.
I just figure on 4th and 1, they'd go for it, though.
They might have.
Big Daddy Carl Hairston. David Grayson, the fastest of the Browns backers. The Johnson, that's the Band-Aid boys in the middle, Johnson and Johnson. Clay Matthews, the best of the linebackers. Cincinnati very concerned about him. Minifield and Dixon, the all-pro cornerbacks. Brian Washington, a rookie at strong safety. Felix Wright, underrated at free safety. 3rd down, 3. almost caught on the deflection by Collinsworth. Almost intercepted by Felix Wright. A flag is down.
Let's watch Bob Golick. Bob Golick was back there in coverage in the secondary. Clay Matthews, one of the strongest and most respected of this defensive unit. Left side of your screen, 57. He's going to make a late rush coming in on a delayed blitz. He's right there to lever.
Holding
Boomer
number
Esiason.
48, defense, 5 yards, first down.
Brian Washington, the safety man, guilty of the hold. First down, Cincinnati. That's a big call. It would have brought on the punt team for the Bengals, but the penalty gives them a new series of downs.
Washington was late getting to his assignment. He's the rookie back there, and they're going to pick on him.
We want to welcome those of you along our NBC network that were tuning in for Miami and Tampa Bay. We understand you're having some technical difficulties there. We'll return to that game as soon as we can. Dick Enberg, Merlin Olsen here in Cleveland, where the Browns have scored on a 34-yard field goal and lead 3-0 with 6:21 left in the first quarter. And Ickey Woods, the rookie, slams all the way to the 48-yard line, and a Bengal first down. Clay Matthews finally tripped him up after a 14-yard pickup.
That's the kind of running that helped the Bengals to establish control of the earlier game in Cincinnati. And what it does is to set up their play-action passing game. Most of the passes they throw on running or on normal downs are play-action passes, and they're more effective when the running game is going.
You see Esiason turning. He'll call out the audible, and they'll pass it. They'll echo the call down the line. That's Eddie Brown in motion, the former Miami All-America. James Brooks. And a flag down as Brooks gets into Cleveland territory at the 49.
Max Montoya over to talk to the official. He chased the official around behind. Be careful, Max. You don't want to get yourself in trouble there.
10 yards against Cincinnati, and Montoya, 65. Felt that if it was against him, it was a bad call. Aren't they all?
Well, it's a shame that the offensive linemen are only mentioned frequently when we have to talk about a holding call.
65, offense, 10 yards, still first down.
Dick and talking to Montoya earlier. Here he is coming around behind. You see him? He wants to talk to that official. What do you mean I'm holding? Harrison saying, yeah, you're the guy. You're the one that did it.
Boy, a guy that big doesn't even have to open his mouth to argue. He just shudders that body and you hear him.
You feel the ground shake a little bit when he comes your direction.
First down, 20. Boy, this is an asylum here in Cleveland. The noise level incredible.
Another audible call.
Esiason to Eddie Brown. They pick up 10 of the yards, but Brown pays for it as Hanford Dixon, the top dog. He was the one who initiated this whole dog motif here in Cleveland.
Eddie Brown going down inside. There's the bump by Dixon, which is so important. He's the very physical cornerback, and coming back to the football, and without that little move back to the quarterback, never would.
Welcome back to Tampa Stadium. We had a power failure here in the booth. Did you pull the plug?
No, not me.
Did you kick something? Was it something you said?
I am mechanically deficient. I stay away from all mechanical parts.
Well, no, you didn't miss a lot while you were gone. We now have 4 minutes and 12 seconds. Time remaining in the first quarter. There's still been no score. Kick to Miami. Miami from the 11-yard line. Now just picked up the first down. Marino drops this one off of the right flat, and it is incomplete. That was first and 10 at the 21. So it will be now second down and 10 at the 21 as Kurt Jarvis was chasing Marino. Hampton, the intended receiver. Have you had that happen to you in a telecast before?
No, that's the first time it's ever happened to me. Of course, being the veteran that you are, I'm certain
Everything has happened, yes. Didn't pay the bill? Right there. They just... Either that or I don't know. Did CBS? Do you think CBS?
No, I didn't.
I don't know. All right. Second down and 10. Miami at their own 22-yard line. And their second offensive possession. You know, the quick out is incomplete. Just a little bit off target. Farrell Edmonds, the rookie tight end, the man with the nickname Tree. It is incomplete.
Why do they call him Tree?
He looks like it.
He's awfully big.
Yeah,
man.
he is tall. He is 6'6", 248 pounds. Does not look like he has 248 pounds. He's very slender. Big feet, plants himself well with good roots in the ground. Marino now 104 for 6 yards.
Yeah, he's thrown the ball the few times he has today off his back foot. He's not setting himself well yet in this contest. It's after last week's performance, you would think his mechanics would be right up to snuff, but they have not been so far this afternoon.
6 in the secondary. And that is a visual change of the play. Sidearm pass is complete. Fred Banks pulls it in just past the first down marker.
And that's an incredible throw by Marino because, again, he was forced to throw off his back foot. It's not something he's planning on by any means. As you mentioned, Charlie, a sidearm delivery, but he was being pressured quite a bit. He made the right call at the line of scrimmage to get somebody open. But watch the pressure and the way he's forced to throw the football right up the gut. Here comes the defense, and Marino off balance with the throw. Banks with the catch. And the right call, the correct call on the part of Marino, being pressured by Reuben Davis, number 79.
It was 3rd down and 10. He threw for 11 yards, first down. Little play action fake. And this one he drilled. This one is complete. Are they going to rule him out? Duper had it and then was hit immediately, and it is going to be complete at the 42-yard line. So it'll go for 9. It'll be 2nd down 1. Ricky Reynolds bumped him out.
And it may be one of those calls where Duper might have come down inbounds had he not been hit, but quite a hit on the sideline. Duper, a big day a week ago. 6 catches for 132 yards. He and Mark Clayton had 10 for 153. It's the 4th time in their careers they've both gone over 100 yards on the same day.
2nd down and 1 as Woody Bennett goes for the first down. Reuben Davis leaves the defense. Ooh, bad news. Bad news for Tampa Bay fans. James Wilder, a strained knee, not expected to return, and he has been bothered by ankle problems, and that will really hurt the offense of the Bucs.
Yeah, with the ankle problem, he missed the last 2 weeks, but is still 15th in the NFC with 329 yards rushing. And it does take away almost all of their fullback running power. Howard, the backup for the Bucs, performed well in this place, but not a replacement for James Wilder by any means.
First down, 44-yard line. Marino has the offense going, and the pass is complete, yes, at the 37-yard line.
Tampa Bay covered this as well as you could possibly cover a pattern, but
Duper pulled it in.
He sure did. And watch the throw by Marino. Let's see if he throws off his back foot this time. No, not at all. Right up on the toes. And look at the throw over the front defense back in front of the second one. And if you're Tampa Bay and if you're a coordinator, you're sitting up here in the press box saying, hey, I can't ask any more out of my players. That's just a spectacular throw by Dan Marino.
18 yards to the 32. They're going to review that to see if he had both feet in bounds. That's what they're going to take a look. We can run that replay again. He's got to have both feet down. He was far enough in bounds that contact by the defense would not have carried him out. You have to be like in the air right along the sideline for that play to take place.
Possession. That may be the question.
There's one. The question, I think, is whether on that first toe was down.
Yeah,
let's see if we can take another look.
This may be the best angle for it.
You watch the ball, I watched it. No, you can't see his feet on that one. Maybe we go back to the other angle, and I'll give him. You watch the feet and count, and I will give you when he's got possession.
Okay, 1 foot, 2 feet.
No, possession now.
You're
possession
right.
now.
You're absolutely right.
Yeah, he didn't have possession. Ooh, they're going to let it stand.
That play should have been overturned.
Yeah, should have been. Yeah, that one they should bring back. That one they should bring back.
When that first foot hit, you're right. He did not yet have clear possession.
No, the ball was still in the air. Right, well, that one slipped away. Simpson showing a little motion. Marino sidearms, and this one is incomplete. Lorenzo Hampton juggling it and couldn't hold it. So we'll bring it back to the 32-yard line. It'll be 2nd down and 10. Sidney Coleman had the coverage for Tampa Bay. 2 minutes and 16 seconds. That is the time remaining in the first quarter. We have no score. Marino now has thrown for 50 yards and 50%. He's completed 4 of 8.
Let's take one more look at that play, Charlie, and try to get it from this angle.
You can't see his feet, though.
Right. The question is whether he had possession and was not juggling the football. And in that sense, if it's unclear, then the play has to remain in stance. But I thought from the other angle that it was clear that he did not have possession when he got that first hit down.
I agree with you. Incomplete. Clayton, the intended receiver. What was happening on the route? He cut it off, cut to the outside, and then was going to go deep. Did he get trapped? There was a blitz coming. Marino was running out of time.
No, that's the same exact play that they completed to Duper on this side. Watch the top part of your screen. You'll see Clayton come into the picture, break in toward the post. He's trying to sell the defensive back. He didn't sell him enough. Marino didn't have room to throw it into the corner, so he let him downfield. That's the reason why he broke up. Not part of the pattern. He was just trying to adjust to the football. It was a poor pattern on the part of Mark Clayton. He's got to sell a defensive back to the post before he breaks it out to the sideline.
So Marino knew he couldn't throw to the sideline. He'll go to the end zone if by chance he might get there. Otherwise, it's just incomplete and he's throwing it away.
Right.
This one is fired over the middle. It's complete, 25-yard line. It will be short of the first down. Ricky Reynolds bringing in Fred Banks. And that means that Tony Franklin will be coming up. One of two field goals. He hit from 36. He missed from 37 yards away, and this one will be from 37 yards away. And he misses from 37 yards away. So the kicking game continues to haunt the Miami Dolphins. 1:28, time remaining. First quarter, no score at Tampa Stadium. Let me correct that.
It's a good hold by Ron Jaworski. The laces are straight toward the goalposts. A good hold. A little body English does not work for Franklin trying to get it back inside.
Kerry Good, the ball carrier, with William Howard now replacing James Wilder at fullback, and we have a flag down at the 25-yard line. Mark Brown made the play. The penalty will go against Tampa Bay. So James Wilder out with that knee injury.
Offense, number 72, 10-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
It's on Rob Taylor, the right tackle. So place the ball back at the 15-yard line. It'll be first down and 20. Ferguson handing off to Kerry Good. So Shea with the tackle. Less than a minute time remaining first quarter. Still we have no score.
This really hurts Joe Ferguson and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers without James Wilder. They were hoping that Don Smith, number 47, Ray Perkins wanted Don Smith, number 47, James Wilder, number 32, to be his starting backfield from the beginning of the year. But Smith was out early. Wilder wound up out a couple of weeks ago. And now Ray Perkins has to go with really a second-team backfield, something he did not want, especially when he's trying to get the gel of an offensive line. It helps when there's two veteran backs back there to run behind them. They don't have that luxury today.
Second and 17. Ferguson to throw. Now he scrambles back. The pass is complete. It's only going to go, though, to the 19-yard line. That'll be good enough for one. It's to William Howard, and Hugh Green was there to stop him at the 19. It'll be third down and 16 as time runs out. This is the end of the first quarter, and it is scoreless between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers in Tampa Stadium. We'll be back with the second quarter of action in just a moment. Jimmy Cefalo, no score between the Miami Dolphins and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Tampa Bay at their own 19-yard line, third down and 16. Ferguson, the quarterback. Testaverde has not played. Here comes a blitz from the outside. The pass is complete where the blitz man came from. It is complete to Don Smith. It'll be way short of the first down. It'll be fourth down and about 8. A gain of 8 on the play. William Judson for Miami, and that means that Ray Criswell will come in to kick. Our 10-minute ticker due to our power failure is down. So an update of the scores. Cleveland still leading Cincinnati in that ball game 3-0. The Rams out in front of New Orleans 6-0. Chicago, Jim McMahon scored from a yard out. Chicago 7, New England 6. Buffalo in front of Green Bay 7-0. Pittsburgh in front of the Jets by a score of 10-0. No score Phoenix, Dallas, and Philadelphia 3, Atlanta 0. So we'll be updating those for you as time permits throughout the ball game. Kick goes out of bounds at the 39-yard line. So Miami will now have their third offensive opportunity. Tampa Bay has had 3. And Miami will go to work at their own 39-yard line following that 34-yard kick by Ray Criswell. His average is low, 36.1. Give you an idea how low. Reggie Roby of Miami has a 42.4-yard average. And he got off to a poor start and has that average.
Right. The first game against the Chicago Bears, he had an average of 28.5 yards per kick. And it just shows you how well he's kicked in the last 7 games, building his average to 42.4.
Last time the Dolphins had the ball, Marino got the offense on track. And the give is to Hampton. John Cannon checking into that defensive line, and along with Kirk Jarvis make the stop at the 44. Gain of 5, 2nd and 5.
This is basically a young football team up front for the Dolphins. Let's take a look at DeRoy Foster, number 61, a veteran, #1 choice, blocking down on number 70, Harry Swain, and putting him down on the ground, giving the running back plenty of room to run inside. Roy Foster, known as Cookie to his friends because he had a penchant for chocolate chip cookies when he first came into the league. But the Thursday morning weigh-ins by Don Shula changed all of that.
Good defensive play. The rookie, Reuben Davis from North Carolina, taken in the 9th round of the draft, and he drops Troy Stratford.
And has he been a surprise for this Tampa Bay team? A 9th round draft choice. He's in starting. Let's take where he comes. He sees Roy Foster pull, and when he pulls, number 79, Reuben Davis shoots the gap and gets the running back right in his tracks. They were hoping. That's called a sucker play, Charlie. When you get a young rookie like that, he's taught that if the guard in front of you pulls, follow him. Well, he pulled on the play, but Davis didn't have any of it, and he moved up and gets a tackle for a loss.
3rd down and 8. Stratford, a little swing to the right side with blockers out in front. He lost his foot. He slipped at the 44-yard line. Donnie Elder was there. It'll go for 3. It'll be 4th down and 5. Now, all of a sudden, Tampa Bay, the fans with a sellout crowd, are beginning to cheer for the team. This may develop into a rather interesting ball game.
Well, anytime these two teams play, it is relatively interesting because the fan reaction is always tremendous. Whether it's a pro-Dolphin crowd or a pro-Buck crowd, it doesn't much matter. I'm surprised. I thought there'd be more Miami Dolphin fans in the stadium. It seems like it's clearly on the side of Tampa Bay.
Reggie Roby to kick. Bobby Futrell is the return man. And he takes it at the 16-yard line. Looks for a block. It's not there. Cuts back up the middle, which is the proper thing to do. He'll go to the 22-yard line. When it's not outside, there's not a blocker. Just get what you can. Jim Jensen, the man who's everywhere, was downfield. He made the tackle. We'll be back in a moment. No score.
Today's game is brought to you by Acura Precision Crafted Performance, exclusively at your Acura dealer. By the good time, great taste of McDonald's. And by First Brands Corporation, makers of Prestone Advanced Formula Antifreeze, STP oil treatment, and new STP Super Wear Control.
This is Charlie Jones and Jimmy Cefalo. We are in Tampa Bay for the Buccaneers-Miami games. We told you we'd keep an eye on that New England-Chicago game. Well, New England has scored again. Doug Flutie to Lynn Dawson, 13 yards out is New England 13, the Chicago Bears 7, with 14:20 to go in the first half of that ball game. Of course, that involves both of the teams here. Of course, the Central Division of the NFC and Eastern Division of the AFC, as Kerry Good, the ball carrier, and Offerdahl with the tackle.
This Miami Dolphin defense, opening game of the season against the Chicago Bears, did not perform very well.
That's an understatement.
Blown out by the Bears. Mark Brown then inserted into the lineup, replacing Jackie Shipp, and it was like a magical thing occurred. Joe Ferguson will have his hands full looking right down the pike at Mark Brown, number 51, and Offerdahl, number 56. They've really helped this defense gel.
A magical thing occurred?
A magical thing.
Magical thing. Focus, focus. Throw. Good protection over the middle. On target. Good pass. Good reception by Ron Hall, the tight end. 42-yard line. 19 yards. Jarvis Williams with a tackle. Now let's check the ticker. It is back. Cleveland still leads Cincinnati by 3. No change there. Rams in front. There's that New England-Chicago score. Buffalo leading Green Bay. That is expected. Buffalo's a playoff team. Ooh, this is an upset. Pittsburgh 10, Jets nothing. Second quarter.
Buffalo at 7-1 are very close to wrapping up this division. The Dolphins, for example, 3 games back. It's difficult to catch you when you're that far behind. With 8 remaining.
Fullbacks in the block. Diving reception. A great catch by Mark Carrier. 35-yard line of Miami. 23 yards on the play. First down.
It's now Ferguson who's getting some of that game reaction, but watch the catch laid out by Mark Carrier. Toughest catch in football because when you lay out that way, he's going to come down on his right shoulder. Let's take a look at the throw by Ferguson right from the air. Watch it. Boom. Now, when he lands, as he's stretched out, he's going to come down on his shoulders. That sometimes forces the ball to pop out. But he brings it into his stomach. That's why it's the toughest catch in football for a receiver.
Made a nice move.
He did.
Turning under a little.
Turned himself underneath, so he hit on the back end of the shoulder instead of the front end.
Tampa Bay now at the Miami 35-yard line. Here's 4 more to the 31. Lars Tate, the ball carrier. So Shea with the stop. It'll be second down and 6. Ferguson has completed 7 of 10, 89 yards. Lay off for a year and a half. You're fresh, you're ready, you're not hurting, and you come out throwing, right?
Well, that's the excuse. You go to halftime and say, "Coach, I've been rusty." Say, "Hey, you've been hurt for a year and a half."
That's right.
And the way that quarterbacks are going down around the NFL, maybe staying out for a year and a half is a blessing.
I think it is. Ferguson, of course, Razorback, University of Arkansas. Veteran of 16 years in the National Football League. Here's Tate. 27-yard line. He'll have 4. It's going to be third down, still a couple to go. William Judson with the tackle along with Soche. And remember, Tampa Bay's offense operating again without James Wilder, who was out with a knee injury. So William Howard has taken over at that fullback slot, and he was the lead blocker.
And because of that, you'll see Joe Ferguson going to the air quite a bit more. James Wilder, he's a great inside runner, and that's what this Tampa Bay team needed, that good inside running of James Wilder. And who knows how long he'll be out? We have no idea, indication right yet.
They're going to mark it third down and 3. Running third and 3 to the 24-yard line. First down. The Bucks on the move. We're on the move, too. New York. Gail Gardner. Hi, Gail.
Hi, Charlie. Number 24, significant for the Steelers on the road against the Jets. Watch quarterback Bubby Brister. He fakes the end around to Lewis Lips, then goes 24 yards to number 24, Rodney Carter, on Carter's 24th birthday. 10-0 Steelers. Back to Charlie and Jimmy.
Thank you, Gail. You like that?
Yeah, and Bubby Brister, too, had once called their offense Neanderthal.
And he was right. Correctly called.
That kind of a play seems like it's got some spark back.
Well, there was some spark and, a little excitement last week for that offense also. Here's Lars Tate. 3 yards to the 21. Second down and 7. Offerdahl making the tackle. Leading tackler for the Dolphins.
Rick Graff is with this Miami Dolphin defense, number 99. Started off slowly for this club, but he has improved greatly. He goes sideline to sideline fairly well here. Watch him. Following the play down is Hall. Number 82 tries to block on him, but he gets an ankle, gets part of the play. I mentioned this team, a magical turnaround. Well, for a while it had been. I mean, because this is a team that Dolphin fans are tired of looking at defensively. However, over the last 2 weeks, they've slipped back into mediocrity. They've given up 75 points their last 2 football games.
For the first part of the year, the defense was playing so well. Fake it, fumble. The ball is loose. Miami has it. Jarvis Williams scoops it up. He's to the 30. Just a block away from popping it open. Big turnover.
Straight handoff up the middle. Kerry Good loses the handle right off the bat, it looked like. Watch the running ability of Jarvis Williams, though. He returns a lot of balls. Now, if Kerry Good comes back and makes this tackle, if not, it may be a touchdown going the other way for the Dolphins.
Sun's rising, biscuits are baking, birds are singing, and you're just waking to the good time. Great taste, breakfast and morning play.
Good morning. Welcome to McDonald's.
The good time, great taste of McDonald's.
This is not the time to learn that all antifreezes aren't the same. What's in your radiator?
Come on, answer.
There's a reason why, wherever he goes, Spuds McKenzie has so much fun. He's always in control. Spuds knows it's cool to live by one simple rule. Be a good sport. Know when to say when.
A reminder from Anheuser-Busch.
Next Sunday, the NFL plays here.
The Steelers hope to regain their winning ways, but can they stop the NFL's most explosive offense when they battle the Bengals?
Or the Bills, trying to win their first division title since 1980. Enter the land of the Boz to battle the Seahawks.
Before your team takes the field, our team hits the air. NFL Live.
Jarvis Williams with a 19-yard fumble return. Miami has the ball at their own 32-yard line. Will they go up top? The answer is yes. Will they go to Duper? The answer is yes.
I'm saying Clayton.
I know. I set that up because, yes, we were discussing that.
We're both
and it's over the top to the tight end, Farrell Edmonds. Who gets the money? We had a little wager going. The tight end, Farrell Edmonds.
Tell you, the soft part of this defense, any team that plays against the Dolphins, they double the outsides. Take a look at it. The two safeties, left part of your screen, have half the field apiece. That means the soft area is down the middle. The linebackers got to run with the tight end, so the tight end has got to get open against this defense, and it's Farrell Edmonds, the big man, who makes the catch. That is a key for today's game with teams trying to double team Clayton and Duper. The tight end for whoever is playing for Miami, Farrell Edmonds in this case, has got to be good.
33 yards on that play, and this one is thrown away. Look left, look right, everybody was covered, and Marino just avoiding a loss. Clayton would be the closest receiver in the neighborhood, and it'll be second down and 10 at the Tampa Bay 35-yard line. I started, really. You know what I started to do?
What's that?
Started to call Edmonds Duper, so I would have won the bet. But I knew that you would have gotten upset. He changed jerseys. Second and 10. Just outside the Buccaneers 35-yard line. No score in the ball game. 6.5 minutes left to go in the first half. Jensen is there. He's in motion. He comes back. Marino looks deep, far side, and it is incomplete. Duper went up for it. Ricky Reynolds was there for the defense. It'll be third down and 10. What is the secondary doing? They're taking the receivers away.
Well, they're squatting. Watch a look at the defensive back. Reynolds is looking into the backfield. He's looking in toward Marino and not paying enough attention to Duper. And actually, if this football is thrown on the money, Duper has a catch on the sideline. That's called squatting, when a defensive back is looking into the backfield, looking at the quarterback, and settling a little bit. Duper will run back to Marino and say, hey, he's squatting on me over there. Let's fake that play and go uptown on him, and we'll have to look for that as the game progresses.
Will they go with it now?
Too early.
Okay. Deep left side, and it is incomplete. Banks, the intended receiver. Marino had pressure. Rod Jones had the coverage. It'll be fourth down and 10. So after that big gainer for the Miami 35 of 33 yards to the Tampa Bay 35, then they were shut down.
Now that's Banks going downfield. Good movement by Banks. He was open. Take a look at the secondary again. They faked that play where they split the safeties. This time they fake going to it and come back to the middle of the field. Marino reads it. That means the open receiver is going to be along the sideline. It's important to watch the two safeties for Tampa Bay. They're trying to confuse Dolphins and Marino.
And now Tony Franklin from 52 yards away. It's not going to make it. 2:14 left in the second quarter. It's still scoreless. New England game. Jim McMahon, the quarterback for the Bears, has a strained right knee. He is doubtful for the rest of the game. Here, no score. Tampa Bay with the ball at their own 35-yard line, first down. And a gain of 5 yards by William Howard, the fullback replacing James Wilder. So it'll be second down and 5. And I'm still a little bit surprised that Franklin went with the long field goal attempt of 52 yards, and we'll talk about that right after we pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC television network. This is Charlie Jones, Jimmy Cephalov, 5:43 time remaining, scoreless, second quarter. Believe me, we're going to talk about that field goal attempt. First down. William Howard. Gain of 8 to the 48-yard line.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. It's a very long field goal for Franklin, given that he has not performed well. He's now 1-4 as a kicker for the Dolphins. Made 1 of 2 last week. Of course, as you see there, 0 for 2 for this afternoon's contest. However, Don Shula's defense has been playing extremely well through this first half. And you can take that kind of a chance if you've got a little more faith in your defense, which the Dolphins have had, at least for that middle part of the season. Maybe he's trying to build some more confidence in them.
But they turned over the ball to the 35-yard line, which is pretty good field position. That being the line of scrimmage of the failed field goal attempt. And now it's first down Tampa Bay at their own 48-yard line. Lars Tate, the ball carrier. And the last time they had the ball, they were moving on offense. That fumble bothered them, of course, causing the turnover. But they were moving on offense. A gain of 4. Second down and 6 at the Miami 48.
Well, Ferguson has been effective thus far. His numbers, as we mentioned before, 7 to 10 at one time, and threw the ball extremely well. Their running attack is injured by the fact that James Wilder is out of the contest. It is a young offensive line up front. A couple of young draft choices on the line with Gruber, who's their first-round draft choice, of course, the 4th person taken overall in the draft. And they've got to get more of an offensive punch going with their running game if they're going to be successful today.
This is only the 4th time these two teams have played each other. The other 3 games, very close ball games, as is this one. Pass is complete outside in the right flat to Lars Tate. And he ends up with 2 yards to the 46, so it's going to be third down and 4. Reminder to our viewers that we'll be selecting the Budweiser Most Valuable Player for today's game at the conclusion of the football game.
Lars Tate is a good-looking prospect, drafted number 2 out of Georgia. What Perkins would like to see is more blocking on the part of Lars Tate. He's what Jerry Glanville of the Houston Oilers would call a bula back.
Bula?
Yeah, a bula back is the one who only has to run with the football, doesn't block, doesn't catch the ball in the backfield. And he started a game a couple of weeks ago against New Orleans, but missed a block, and Testaverde was labeled, and he wound up sitting on the sideline next to Mr. Perkins.
He was just a bula back in that ball game. Double tight end set, third down and 4. Ferguson to throw. His pressure from the inside and the outside. This one leaves hanging, and we're going to have pass interference. Bruce Hill, the intended receiver. The pass was hanging up. Hill then coming back for it, and Langford was with him, and they got tangled up. You don't see a lot of pass interference calls this year because of the rule changes, but that was one.
Yeah, but there's some, there are misdemeanors and there are felonies.
That's right.
This is a football felony. Take a look at it. Yeah. The good part of Bruce Hill nearly comes up with that football catch called Paul Langford has a hole of his left arm. Now Ferguson, let's see what happened to him back here. He tried to underthrow this football, did a good job of it because it was good coverage, however, smacked. By number 95, T.J. Turner.
Vinny Testaverde. It involves a 30-yard penalty to the 17-yard line, where it is first down. Tampa Bay now well within field goal range, and an opportunity to break the scoreless tie as William Howard goes over the left side to the 13-yard line. It's second down and 6. Now, my impression is that here Tampa Bay becomes very conservative. And let's see, will they do that here?
Well, that's the second drive that you're right. The last time they came down the field, moved it by throwing the football, and now they're in the same situation. My only thought is that because Donald Igwebuike has never missed inside 35 yards, that maybe they get a bit more conservative because they're assured of the 3 points. However, Ferguson is throwing the ball extremely well.
Yeah.
I'd be surprised if they don't throw it downfield on this down.
Fake of a pitch out, a roll right. That's 3. A loss of 9 yards back to the 22-yard line. So it's going to be 3rd down and 15. Jackie Klein.
Jackie Klein in for the injured John Boza, who's out for the remainder of the year. This is a moving pocket. They try to give him a little bit more time by sprinting him out, but there's just no one open. I mean, you can't play the offensive line at Tampa.
One of the wide receivers was bumped out of bounds down the sideline. We didn't see that in the shot, but we picked that out of, I was going to say the corner. Actually, my spotter picked that up for us. You really want to know. I didn't see that.
And Joe
but
Ferguson,
he can't come back in.
Right. Joe Ferguson was saying to him, you got to get back in. He was making a motion to him.
But you can't come back in. If you come back in, you're ineligible. Now the 2-minute warning.
Tipped. That's right.
That's right. That's right. The ball. No score. 2 minutes to go. First half. Tampa Stadium. The score is now New England 20, Chicago 7, with 4.5 minutes to go in the second quarter of that ball game. Again, Jim McMahon strained knee in the second quarter, doubtful for the rest of the ball game. And so Flutie has thrown touchdown passes, 3 touchdown passes.
And there was someone that many people gave up on. They want to give a chance. So of course, you know, there's everything wrong with him. And he only throws TD passes against the Chicago Bear defense, who shut down Joe Montana and the 49ers a week ago.
He is exciting to watch, and a nice young man. Nice young man. We have a little delay now. There is a review. Apparently, that is what's going on, but we don't know what they're reviewing. 3 hands, 3 pumps in the air. Means blow the whistle, the train's underway. That's Disney World talk. Just thought I'd throw that in. 3rd down, 14, 21-yard line. Intercepted at the 18-yard line. 2 turnovers deep in Miami territory. Rick Graff with the interception.
Ferguson sees the same thing Marino does on the other side of the ball. Nobody in the middle of the field. Look at that. He knows somebody's going to be open, but he misses Rick Graff. His receiving coming through the middle was wide open, but Graff came from the other side of his vision for the interception.
12 yards return, and his first career interception. He'll keep the ball. And Joe Ferguson, the man who threw the interception, made the stop at the 31-yard line. So 2 costly turnovers for the Bucs. And a little blood down the face of Ferguson coming out of combat. Reno from the shotgun. Right side. This one is complete to Davenport. Hurry up offense now. Ricky Reynolds with the tackle. 1:37 and counting. Time remaining. 2-minute offense underway. Gain of 7 to the 38. 2nd down and 3. Reno drops this one to Davenport underneath the coverage. Good inside-out move. First down at the 44-yard line. Needed 3, got 6. 1st and 10.
The Dolphins take their first time out. They've got 2 remaining. They're going to get that deep coverage. Marino's going to have to go underneath to the fullback, as he has. We'll be back with the remainder of the first half in just a second.
We'll be updating all of the scores, all of the action around the country, in particular that Chicago-New England game. The Patriots with a big upset working there. Here it is scoreless, and we have 1:21 left to go in the first half. Miami with a first down at their own 44-yard line. They'll operate from the shotgun, the 2-minute offense. Now a little shovel pass in underneath. It is to Stratford. Donnie Elder not fooled.
It's that old Utah draw, and the Dolphins, with 2 timeouts remaining, can afford to run that kind of a play to try to get a big play out. It's kind of a trick.
Marino incomplete. Jensen, the intended receiver. It'll be 3rd down and 7 at the 47. The Utah draw. They're one of the great names for a football.
Oh, it's a great name.
Why was it named the Utah draw?
I think it was invented in Utah. I would imagine that's the purpose.
How long ago?
Probably when you were broadcasting, Charlie, that long ago. Early days.
Oh, you really know how to hurt, huh?
Charlie, you should...
Sundance probably.
You should be honored by the 29 or 30 years you've spent at...
No, I've just outlived a lot of them, that's all. It's 59 seconds That is the time remaining in the first half, 47-yard line.
I'm kind of surprised the Dolphins didn't call a timeout there to go to the sideline and regroup, given that it's third down and about 6 yards to go with a minute left in the game, or the first half.
Pass is complete at the 35-yard line of Tampa Bay. And now they'll stop the clock with 50 seconds. And a flag dropped on the far side at the 49-yard line. 18 yards on the play. If it holds, it'll be a motion call against Miami. They'll bring it back. Did you expect this game to be scoreless at this point?
Offense, number 61, moving prior to the snap. 5-yard penalty, repeat the down, third down.
And that is on Roy Foster, number 61, the guard. No, this is surprising, I think, to everyone. With a Marino quarterbacked offense, you never expect the game to be scoreless. And on the other side of the ball, we thought early in the week it would be Vinny Testaverde. Although he's thrown many interceptions, he's got big numbers as far as yardage is concerned. And Joe Ferguson, a veteran quarterback, I think it's very surprising that with a minute left in the half, it's 0-0.
Miami 3 penalties, 35 yards. Marino 10 of 19 for 109 yards. 3rd and 12 from the shotgun. 4-man rush. He's throwing this away. He was running out of time, and he couldn't find anybody. Now, last week, his first half numbers, 179 yards, 13 of 28, and that was just the beginning.
Yeah, it was his third quarter that was amazing for Marino a week ago. In fact, in the third quarter, he was 15 of 18 for 239 yards and 2 TDs. But I'm surprised at that play, Charlie. 3rd down and 6, 50 seconds left in the game, and in the first half, he throws the football out of bounds. I think he's trying to save the situation, but throwing it out of bounds just means you're going to have to punt the football away.
Reggie Roby, Futrell at the 10. About 6 yards on the return, and the flag is down. Renee Thompson was there for Miami, a 48-yard kick, and now we'll check out the flag, which was dropped at around the 18-yard line. 33 seconds left to go in the first half. You're trying to get us through this game in a little hurry. You're getting us to the end of the ball.
I did that twice.
I know,
Absolutely.
Right. Is it an early claim you didn't tell me about? Here's the call.
Illegal block on the return, number 52. Penalized half the distance.
On Victor Jones.
First down.
Let's take a look and find if we can't see that block. Coming up right there, Jim Jensen, middle of your screen, getting hit from the backside. Jones getting called for it. And now this deep in their own territory, you would look for Tampa Bay to just sit on the football. The Dolphins have 2 timeouts left, but I don't think they'll have enough time to hang on and get the football back.
I would think they would just down it. Miami said fine by me, and we'll take a countdown to the half. Let's see what happens. William Howard, no, they're going to take the timeout. And things will be getting to get a little heated down on the field of play. Are you surprised with the timeout call?
A little bit, but you know, football players never give up. You never want, even if you're down by 40 points and you've got 3 timeouts left with a minute left. I'm never surprised when a team calls a timeout.
Miami has 1 left. There it is. The Bucs have 2. I was surprised with a handoff. I thought that Ferguson would just step back and down the ball.
Yeah, I think that's probably the smartest move, especially when you've got a couple of young running backs behind you. I'd look for Ferguson just to sit on it as well. But now the Dolphins, even if they call a timeout after the 2nd down, Tampa Bay can run a 3rd down play and just allow the clock to run out. You know what keeps a lot of teams calling timeouts in this situation? That famous play where the New York Giants do
Philadelphia Eagles.
Exactly.
That came to my mind when thinking about the handoff. Bob, Ahmad, Gale, and Frank. Sounds like a rock group, but no, that's our halftime group. They'll be live without the direction of producer Tom Roy, who is moonlighting this weekend, doing a little golf in Orlando and then relaxing in the sun and the beauty of Tampa Bay. 2nd down and 8. William Howard And now Miami will take their last timeout. So after this timeout, now then I would assume that Ferguson will just fall on the ball, because then the countdown will go and Miami cannot stop the clock. Ray Perkins, former head coach of the Giants, also at Alabama before coming here to Tampa Bay.
And also a former player under
Don Shula.
Under Don Shula. He played in Super Bowl III, 1969, the Colts and the Jets. Ray Perkins was a wide receiver for Don Shula.
Very good one, yes. 2 head coaches in the National Football League currently played under Don Shula, and the other one is
Raven Berry. Well, and the Dolphins will play next week at New England, and so Don Shula will meet 2 of his former players as head coaches in successive weeks.
Do you cheer for the Dolphins since you played for them?
No, you know.
Are you very objective?
I hope I'm objective. When you walk down on the field, I don't know any of the players.
They're so young.
I've been gone for 3 years, and they're all changed over.
I know exactly how you feel. William Howard goes off the left side. Now we'll take the countdown to the second half, to the halftime before the start of the second half. Interesting. First half of the ball game, 2 turnovers by the Bucs. They had a chance to put at least 6 points on 2 field goals on the board. They could be up. They could be up by 14.
That's right. The Dolphins with 2 missed opportunities by missing 2 field goals. Franklin unable to connect from 42 yards and again from 52 yards. But this is a very surprising contest. You would expect Marino with some points on the board, and Tampa Bay with 2 great receivers that they'd have more productivity as well.
But it doesn't get any closer than this. NFL Live halftime activities will continue in a moment. It's scoreless at halftime. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station.
Tonight starts with
interception and the other time on a fumble. And so this Tampa Bay team threw away 2 early opportunities, and it's something that will assuredly bother them as this game continues.
Do you have the statistics of the first half?
Yeah, I sure do, and they're equally as disturbing if you're an offensive coordinator. Total yards, very close. Passing yardage, both Ferguson and Marino, passable numbers. Ferguson 8 of 12, very good, but those turnovers is what's striking out of those numbers. And time of possession, a big edge on the part of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Yards rushing, Miami Dolphins with just 16. They continue their futile attempt to run the football.
Tampa Bay's look pretty good.
Well, that looked bad. Their defenses look pretty strong. This is a defensive team that's been pieced together. Sidney Coleman, for example, number 53, one of their inside linebackers, is a free agent rookie who's been playing for Irvin Randall and has performed quite well. They've got another free agent, Bobby Futrell, on one side. This is a team that has performed extremely well, given that they have not been chock full of veterans, especially during the first half of this season.
This kickoff is sponsored by Budweiser, the king of beers. 5-yard line is Cribbs. Cribbs is out to the 25 and then to the 30-yard line. Good return at 25 yards. Chris Washington was there.
Give you an idea how young this Tampa Bay Buck team is. 13 players that are starting today are either in their first or second year.
And now an official's timeout. They're going to correct the clock. It did not start with the kickoff. It's 14:57 on the clock right now, and of course more than 3 seconds have expired. The ball will be at there's a look at it at the 30-yard line. And Miami will go to work as we open up the second half, and the clock will be reset. Next week, Miami at New England, as Jimmy talked about. Tampa Bay at Chicago, so that New England-Chicago game affecting both of these teams.
Yeah, you know, and I think if you're a Tampa Bay fan, you're rooting for the Bears today. I don't think I'd want to go and play the Chicago Bears after they're beaten, as they are losing at this point.
At home.
At home.
Soldier Field.
That's right.
But maybe without McMahon, that quarterback.
Maybe without Jim McMahon. He's out with a strained knee.
And now the time has been adjusted by 10 seconds to 14:47. And Marino comes out throwing. Here's a delayed screen right side to Hampton. Flag is down. Hampton is down just shy of the first down. But let's see what the marker's about. Barry Hamilton makes the stop. holding Miami. So we'll bring it back.
Holding. Offense. Number 61. We will penalize from the spot 10 yards. Still first down.
Second time that he has been caught.
Yeah, he was caught the first time around with a little bit of movement. The Dolphins a week ago, uncharacteristically, with many penalties, 9 against the Jets for 117 yards. And that is something that I can tell you from experience that Don Shula simply does not tolerate. Roy Foster not off to a good start today.
Assessed from the spot of the foul, so it's at the 24-yard line, and it's first down and 16. And here is Jensen in motion and stays in the block. Right side pass is complete, 28-yard line to Hampton, and he's decked immediately by Sidney Coleman, the free agent out of Southern Mississippi.
Lorenzo Hampton has started at halfback for the Dolphins for the 3rd straight week now. Troy Stratford, who was last year's Rookie of the Year, has not performed up to expectations. Call it a sophomore jinx, call it anything you'd like, but he has not been getting open when running with the football or when running pass patterns.
Last time a scoreless first half, December the 16th, 1979, Tampa Bay against Kansas City. Tampa Bay won that ball game 3-0. That was the year they went to the playoffs. 2nd and 10. Tight end. Farrell Edmonds with the reception. Eugene Marv makes the stop. Yard shy of the first down, 39-yard line. 3rd down and 1.
And Farrell Edmonds, as I mentioned in the first half, is a key to this offense because they're double teaming both Clayton and Duper on the sides. And Farrell Edmonds is getting man-to-man coverage, that time against Eugene Marv, who he beats going across the field. Eugene Marv is another story. He, of course, formerly of the Buffalo Bills, very familiar with this offense of the Dolphins, who became expendable when the Bills picked up Cornelius Bennett, Shane Conlon. And he stepped in here and has become the leading tackler for this Tampa Bay defense.
First down. Hampton and Marv again on the tackle. Gain of 3 to the 42. Miami's been penalized 4 times for a total of 65 yards. That is a note because we have 12.5 to go in the 3rd quarter, and they traditionally have been one of the least penalized teams in the National Football League.
Yeah, and for the first 7 games of this season, they were averaged, they were penalized an average of just 39 yards per game. And so last week, with 117 yards, and this week with 65 for the first half, as Marino checks off to the sideline, they have been having trouble with the flag.
Edmonds, tough after he catches the ball, the tight end. Kevin Murphy finally brought him down.
And the defense at Tampa Bay seems to be saying, if you're going to beat us, you better beat us with the rookie, Farrell Edmonds, because we're not going to let Mark Duper or Mark Clayton beat us. He gets man-to-man coverage again. Actually, it's actually a zone going across, but they're not paying much attention to Edmonds. There you see the zone. Plenty of room for him. Exactly too much room because he's big enough to turn upfield, break a tackle, and as you can see, picks up 9 yards. It'll be 2nd and 1.
And for Edmonds, that is his 3rd reception and a total of 50 yards. If they're going to give him Edmonds, they'll take him all afternoon. 2nd down and 2. Hampton dropped for a loss. Perry Swain, good defensive play. Defenses look good for Tampa Bay. And you bring this up because they're a 2-6 ball club.
Yeah, and they're missing their best defensive lineman. Rod Holmes is not in, but Harry Swain filling in along with Robert Goff have played extremely well.
So it'll be 3rd down and 6. Marino will be throwing. Do you recall him throwing to Jensen?
Well, that's the situation. Jensen, coming in today's contest, had touched the ball in 3rd down situations 12 times and gotten 11 first downs out of him. He's in the slot to the near side of the field.
But Marino looks to the other side, and it is incomplete. Clayton, the intended receiver. Futrell and Harris were there. Flag down, motion, it'll be refused. It'll be 4th and 6. Only a cursory look to Jensen's side, though.
Yeah, well, that was a play that was specifically designed to Clayton in the slot. He had a coverage there that Marino did not like. However, he got rid of the football and incomplete as we take a look at the score.
A lot of ties.
And the Jets came back to tie Pittsburgh after the Steelers had taken an early 10-0 lead.
Phoenix and Dallas, same situation as here. Reggie Roby to kick.
Our team's getting a bit lethargic after the first half of the season. I always got a little bit of adrenaline going after I knew we were half done with the season.
Roby has been averaging 49 yards a kick.
Oh,
long 59. Flag is down, taken right at the goal line. Oh, I am surprised.
Do you think you're surprised? How about Ray Perkins on the sideline?
Hang time almost 5 seconds. Ineligible man downfield. They're going to do it again.
Yeah, he's nearly a yard deep in the end zone taking this football. Take a look at this. Sometimes a receiver will lose track of where he is. Futrell, though, you've got to stand on the 10-yard line and say, all right, if it goes over my head, I leave it go. It's simple.
Yeah, you'll return. You'll stand at the 50s, leave it go.
Hey, I was a lot younger then. Yeah, I had done that. That's one of the reasons why I didn't return it very long.
Well, what is the situation like, you know, if you are inside the 20, when do you return, when do you let it go, and when do you fair catch?
Well, at the 10-yard line, you stand. If it goes behind you, then you let it go. When you fair catch, you've got to get a feel of the coverage coming down. There's nothing you can do about that. There is an exception to the rule.
No, but a fair catch like inside the 20 or inside the 15.
If the coverage is there, you never take the chance of catching the football and not fair catching it when there's coverage around you, because a bobbled ball at that point means sure points for the opposition. So you give up the field position as opposed to giving up the football.
Okay. Roby, this one not quite as good. Taken at the 21-yard line by Futrell. 25, 28-yard line. Just a couple of steps away from breaking a big return. 8 yards on the return. Jim Jensen was there to make the stop. We've got a timeout. We have no score. It's tied 0-0. 10:42 left, third quarter.
Brought to you by new Extra Gold Draft in bottles and cans, the one with a full tilt taste. By Dodge Cars and Trucks, on the street or off the road. It's the new spirit of Dodge. And by Radio Shack, the technology store.
This is Charlie Jones, Jimmy Cephalo, 10:42, time remaining. We're in the third quarter, Tampa Stadium, a gorgeous afternoon. Not a lot of offense so far. Miami with 2 failed field goal attempts from 42 yards and 52 yards. Tampa Bay, good field position twice, within scoring position, lost the first one on a fumble, second on an interception. William Howard, the ball carrier. Give him a couple of yards to the 30-yard line. Offerdahl and T.J. Turner making the tackle.
And Ferguson has to be pleased with his first half performance, as Mark Brown is getting up slowly for the Dolphins, number 51, one of their inside linebackers.
He's really been playing well.
Yeah, he is one of the keys to keeping this Dolphin offense going on an upward plane. I mentioned earlier that they had trouble the last 2 weeks, giving up 75 points to the Chargers and the Jets combined. But they've shown some spark for some of the season. That's something Dolphin fans have not seen for quite a while. And the man down on the ground right now is a big reason for it.
So we'll take a timeout. Still no score here at Tampa Stadium. Come out. He's limping just a little bit, but he is walking along the sideline. He's been replaced by Jackie Schiff. Second down. Fumble. Miami has the ball. T.J. Turner falls on it. Lars Tate with the fumble. Third turnover.
Lars Tate, no excuse for this. Joe Ferguson with a good pitch. He simply was looking upfield to try to find his blocking formation and forgot about the football. And that's very common for a younger running back to try to look upfield, or for a young receiver. And in that case, it really costly for the Bucs. This is the first of the 3 turnovers that occurred deep inside their own territory, and so it stands as the one that may hurt them the most.
Miami at the Tampa Bay 31. Do you go to the end zone now?
Yes, that's a trademark of Marino. He loves to do it.
Hampton. A yard to the 29. 2 yards to the 29. Jarvis with the tackle. Second down and 8.
And he doesn't go to the end zone on the play.
I was surprised. You can go to the end zone now.
Yeah, on second down and let's see, 2nd and 8 from the 29-yard line, especially given that Franklin has not kicked the ball very well today. Yeah, I think you can see him going downfield.
Jensen in motion. Jensen's open. Jensen has it. First down, 19-yard line. Odie Harris makes the tackle.
And Jensen is another player that Tampa Bay is saying will let him beat us if that's the case. Clayton has not caught a football yet today. He was on the outside. He came inside and was double teamed by Tampa Bay. And that left a lot of room for Jensen to get upfield for the first down. Clayton a week ago tied a Dolphin record with 10 catches, and today so far shut out.
Miami won that game 31-0. Marino tipped, good defensive play. Eugene Marv got his hand up. Farrell Edmonds, the intended receiver. 2nd and 10 at the 19.
Eugene Marv has got to have to run with Edmonds man-to-man. Take a look at him, top part of your screen. You'll see Edmonds coming to the picture. There you see the receiver going downfield, and Marv turns with him. It's a zone coverage, however, and difficult to try and fit it in between the safety, who's coming up to make the play, and Marv, who's running with Edmonds, who's a bit injured.
Still on his knees in the end zone. So we have an injury timeout. Marino has hit on 15 of 27, 147 yards. We've got a timeout. We'll be back in just a moment. There's time remaining in a scoreless ball game, 3rd quarter. Second half last week for Marino. He's off to a pretty good start in the second half of this week.
So far, 5 of 7 for 38 yards in this 3rd quarter, and he continues to check off and use a hand signal so that the receivers can look at his fingers if they can't hear in this noisy stadium.
Visual audible. Complete over the middle, 5-yard line, Mark Clayton. Harry Hamilton upended him. They'll mark at the 4. It'll be first down and goal to go.
And Clayton finds a great time to get involved in the offense. So one of those pick plays that every team in the NFL runs. Clayton just got to try to find a hole inside the secondary. Bottom part of your screen. Watch him use the tight end inside as a bit of a screen. He finds the hole in the zone, gets upfield for the first down. That is his first catch of the contest.
Trying to capitalize on the fumble recovery at the 31-yard line of Tampa Bay. And now Miami is going to take a timeout. Jensen had gone to the sideline and then came back. And Miami takes a timeout. So this gives us an opportunity to check the scoreboard. In the 3rd quarter, Cincinnati and Cleveland are still tied at 10-10. New Orleans leading the Rams 7-6. They're now in the 3rd quarter. Doug Flutie with those 3 touchdown passes. 1 extra point failed. McMahon is out with an injured knee. It is 20-7 3rd quarter, the Patriots over the Bears. Buffalo leading Green Bay 3rd quarter 21-0. Pittsburgh and the Jets tied at 10-10. Phoenix and Dallas like here, no score in the 3rd quarter. And Atlanta 13, Philadelphia 10 in the 3rd quarter.
You see Marino on the sideline, and the man he's talking to in the white hat, well, that's David Jewell, who is signaling the plays in from the sideline. This is not the same person's not running across the field. On the far sideline is David's brother, Michael, who's an assistant for Tampa Bay as the reunion of the Shula family continues here in the western coast of Florida.
Mother Dorothy, who is she cheering for?
I think probably whoever has the ball, she's probably cheering for.
But she's offense, right? She likes offense.
That's right.
Farrell Edmonds back in the ball game. Just the wind knocked out of him. First down and goal to go. They're not going to do a lot of running against that Tampa Bay defense. They are tough against the run. Hampton shut down by Sidney Coleman.
Thus far in the game, Miami has rushed for a grand total of 17 yards.
Make that 16. They just lost a yard.
Oh, right. It's down to 16.
And that's with just over 8 minutes to go in the 3rd quarter. I would suspect you come up throwing now.
Yeah, second down. I think both downs they've got to throw the football. They're not running the ball well at all. And with Duper and Clayton out there, I mean, if you go with your best and don't make it, so what? That's what the Dolphins have got to do.
Stratford and Davenport in the backfield. Marino's going to be running out of time. All alone in the end zone is Mark Clayton.
And Clayton will be flagged for dunking the ball over the goalpost.
And there were just 2 seconds left on the 30-second clock.
Marino checks off here. It's Clayton in the slot who curls at the back end of the end zone. Marino gets it in between the linebackers. Actually, defensive backs are in on that nickel. Now here's the flag.
Slam dunk.
Hey, he can jump, I got to tell you, but he can also draw a penalty on the ensuing kickoff.
That'll be a 5-yard penalty on the ensuing kickoff. You can have an immediate response, but not a planned response. If you hadn't waited, you'd have just gone right to the crossbar. I kind of like it. 78-yard drive. No, that's not right. They didn't go 78-yard drives. They went 31. "31-yard drive in 6 plays. Following the fumble recovery at the 31-yard line. Extra point is good. And the score is Miami 7 and Tampa Bay nothing with 7:39 left to go. We're in the 3rd quarter. Miami 7, Tampa Bay nothing. The scoreless ball game now broken. And Tony Franklin will be kicking off.
And doing so from his own 30-yard line as opposed to the 35 because of that penalty assessed against Mark Clayton for his demonstration in the end zone after the touchdown. I think he's missing an earring. I could be wrong.
You're not supposed to wear earrings, are you, while you play?
I never wore one. I don't know, Charlie, but I...
Did you? How do you like it? Notice mine? No, I mean, it's dangerous for you. You could get caught or something like that. Donnie Elder on the return. Elder to the 25, to about the 28-yard line.
And
Jeff Cross was there. Excuse me, Jim. Why don't you go ahead?
Mark Clayton and his leaping ability is well documented. At Louisville, he used to make money by leaping ping pong tables lengthwise and bidding people that he could do it. Well, here's a ping pong leap over the goalpost.
That's it?
That's it.
We pause briefly for station identification. This is the NBC Television Network. .29 time remaining 3rd quarter. Tampa Bay not trailing 7-0. Seeing if they can come back. Lars Tate, the ball carrier, from the 28 to the 34-yard line. Gain of 6, 2nd down and 4. Sellout crowd here at Tampa Stadium. Miami has the ball again. Brian Sauché. 4 turnovers, 3 fumble recoveries, and an interception.
This time it was William Howard who coughed up the football. He's in for James Wilder. This time it didn't even look like it was contact. Going through the hole, it seemed like he just dropped the football. He wasn't touched going through. Someone was just beginning to grab a hold of his leg. But it was Sauché who picked it up for the Dolphins. And 4 turnovers for Tampa Bay. They're very fortunate to be down just by 7 points at this portion of the game.
So Miami at the Tampa Bay 35-yard line. Just a moment ago, they had the ball at the 31 on the turnover. And in 6 plays, they moved in for the score. Here's Hampton right side. Leads to the 29-yard line. So he has 6. It'll be 2nd down and 4. Winston Moss and Kevin Murphy make the tackle. Let's go back and see what happened on the front.
Yeah, let's see if Hugh Green gets a hand in there. Yeah, he pops it out from the other side. There's the Wildy veteran. His left hand popped through, and Howard coughed up the football for Sauché to fall on.
Meanwhile, we have a flag on the play. how the officials motion the players to move away. Personal foul called against Tampa Bay. Players never move away. Probably a dead ball foul.
Unnecessary roughness defense. Number 95 penalized half the distance to the goal line. First down.
It's on Kurt Jarvis. This telecast presented by authority of the National Football League, intended for the private use of our audience. Any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and the National Football League is prohibited, as this game is the property of the National Football League, the Tampa Bay Bucks, Miami Dolphins, all rights reserved. So half the distance to the goal line. We're now at the 14, where it is first down for Miami.
Come on, Bobby.
Woody Bennett. John Cannon with the tackle.
And Woody Bennett is becoming more and more important part of this Miami Dolphin offense. A week ago, he rushed for 40 yards. Previous to that, 54 on the entire year, and he's touching the football some this afternoon. A good blocker. He was released by the Jets a number of years ago, given up on by Joe Walton, and he has come back on several occasions to really do some damage against the Jets. Not a week ago, certainly not, but he has proven to be quite a football player. Good blocker, good inside runner, and that's something the Dolphins have sorely needed. And today, with just 16 yards rushing prior to that run, they really need more of that.
Second down and 8. The ball at the 12-yard line. Marino to throw. Something he very seldom does. Flags are down. And now we got a shouting match going on. It's disappointing. He threw that one up.
Yeah, he does.
And he just doesn't do that. I'm surprised.
Well, he's not been sacked now in 4.5 football games. And one of the reasons is because he's willing to get rid of the football. However, when Marino gets rid of the ball, it's very rarely in the middle of the field. That was a mistake.
Yeah.
We saw him earlier throw the ball to the sideline.
Defense, number 29.
That goes against Ricky Reynolds, a pass interference call. But very rarely do you see him pop the ball in the middle of the field. Let's take a look at it. He's getting pressure from the outside.
Linebackers are coming.
And Reuben Davis, number 79's got good pressure. He's going to Davenport in the middle of the field, but that is so very dangerous, especially since there's a zone in the middle of the field. And Harry Hamilton, number 39, nearly picked that thing off.
Pass interference called. It is first down and goal to go at the 8-yard line. Miami has rushed for only 24 yards. Tampa Bay for 75. Touchdown. Clayton has his second. They could almost give him a flag and 5 yards for that, and possibly they should, because that is in violation of the rule.
Yeah, it sure is. They got a man-to-man coverage, a mismatch with Clayton and Winston Moss, number 57, trying to come over and catch him. He went to the sideline, then broke back up. And you're right, a little bit of a demonstration, not because of the spike, but because of a dance, it looked like, with James Pruitt, number 82. And the Dolphins are lucky that another flag was thrown.
Franklin with the point after. It is good. And so it is Miami 14 and Tampa Bay nothing.
Clayton, after being shut down in the first half, has certainly come back and made his presence known. Mark Duper and he have traded back and forth for the 3rd and 4th place on the Dolphins' all-time receiving list. Every week, one week Clayton comes out as the top receiver. One day Duper comes out as the top receiver.
And so twice, Miami has capitalized on fumble recoveries. They've had 4 opportunities, and they cashed in on 2 of them. Turner and then Sauché.
That was a week ago for Mark Clayton, a big day against the New York Jets, with 10 receptions, tying a Dolphin record for the most receptions in a contest. And that is today, and that is really the second half. 3 catches for 28 yards. At the half, he was shut out by this Tampa Bay defense.
But touchdown drives of 31 yards in 6 plays and 35 yards in 5 plays, both following fumble recoveries. Then it's Miami 14, Tampa Bay nothing. 5:08 left to go in the 3rd. And Elder is the deep back from the 8-yard line. Slips the tackle near the 30-yard line. So a good return, and Tampa Bay now will have to come out throwing.
I'm surprised that Joe Ferguson has not thrown the football more. He was successful with it in the first half, and now it's the running backs who've not been able to hang on to the football here in the third quarter. Testaverde is still sitting on the sideline. At one point, does Ray Perkins make the decision to go with his young quarterback? Well, I think you give Ferguson a little bit more time. He's performed well, and I'm surprised that they have not thrown the football. Here, I think he's got to go to the air.
Tampa Bay first down at their own 29-yard line. This is Tate, and he drops it. It'll be incomplete. Miami says they're going to recover a fumble. They say possession. They may want to take another look at that. That's another turnover. Kraft would have his second recovery. I'm not all that sold that he had possession, but apparently the officials are.
Let's take a look. He's got to have possession and then get 2 feet on the ground with it. That's a catch, Charlie.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah, that's a catch.
All right.
And a good hit to knock the fumble out. And that's the second fumble on the day for Lars Tate.
So Miami at the Tampa Bay 36-yard line. Here's another look.
And it's tough to blame Ferguson for any of the problems today. He's been on the money with the ball. He's thrown the ball very well.
Marino far side on target. Clayton out of bounds. Ricky Reynolds was there for the defense. There have been 5 turnovers, 4 fumble recoveries, 1 interception by the Dolphins. Mark it at the 25-yard line, first down.
Now, this is the problem for the Tampa Bay defense. They've been giving Clayton and Duper a lot of tight coverage, a lot of double coverage today. Now they seem to have gone away from it. I wouldn't be surprised if Marino tried to get one of those young defensive backs to bite on a pattern and then go uptown for a touchdown.
Clayton to the 5-yard line. Reuben Davis stops him after a gain of 20. First down and goal to go. Oh, and he is so well coordinated, he almost stops, points out blocks in the middle of the run. 21 yards.
Yeah, it's that controlled rollout to give Marino enough time. A little curl pattern on the part of Clayton, but you're right, Charlie. Watch him point to somebody and say, hey.
You'd think he'd be too busy.
Mark Clayton is never too busy for a little showmanship. There he is. Look, you know what he's doing there? He's not pointing to a receiver to help him block. He's pointing to the defensive back saying, hey, I'm going over there. And it's kind of like, hey.
Or to say like he's pointing to a blocker so he thinks there's somebody there. Exactly. It's a little hocus pocus. Yeah. First down goal to go.
Stay with him, Bobby. Sweet, Bobby, sweet.
Hampton flags are down. Just inside the 5-yard line. Offensive holding.
Offense, number 80, penalized 10 yards, repeat the down, first down.
Terrell Edmonds, the tight end. First down goal to go at the 50. 3:43 time remaining, third quarter. Miami up 14-0, threatening to make it 21-0. You go back to Clayton. He seems to be your hot hand.
Yeah, he's the hot receiver thus far. And third and 15, the Dolphins have got to throw the football. Their running attack isn't going to get up in the end zone.
Duper, the intended. Reynolds there, incomplete. Second down goal to go.
The back of the end zone is a receiver's nightmare and the defensive back's friend, because the defensive back knows the receiver can't run a deep pattern. He can afford to sit and squat on a receiver coming at him. That's exactly what Reynolds did to Duper that time. Duper, very difficult task trying to run an out pattern at the goal line.
Marino, 20 of 33, 204 yards, 2 touchdowns.
And you know, if you ask Marino about that as opposed to last week, he'll take it. Those are the numbers he wants to have on the board. 33 passes made and be on the high side. You don't want to throw 60 balls during a contest.
Second and goal. was fighting two defenders. He then broke it off, hoping that Marino would read the break to the left. Marino did not read the break. He read him going deep against the back edge of the end zone, and it's incomplete.
Well, I think he was trying to get rid of it. One of the reasons that Dan Marino has not been sacked in 4 games is because he gets rid of the football. That is the same pattern we saw earlier, Charlie. But again, he got too close to the defensive back before he made his break to the corner of the end zone. Marino was wondering when he was going to make that break and really just tried to throw it away.
So it's 3rd down and goal to go. Touchdown, Miami. And Fred Banks has his first touchdown of the season.
Charlie, they're going to call it incomplete. You're absolutely right. One official signaled touchdown.
Yeah.
He certainly did. Exactly. There is no touchdown, but one official signaled touchdown. He was blocked away from the play. And Charlie, I saw the same thing you did. I saw his hands go up.
It was, you know, it was a delay. I was waiting for the hands, and then the hands went up.
But he was blocked away from the play, and from this angle, you clearly see that Stratford dropped the football, but the official to the right of your screen could not see it, and when Banks picked up the football, I'm sorry, it's Banks, not Stratford, the official went up with the hand.
31-yard field goal attempt is good. So Tony Franklin now 1 out of 3. This one from 31 yards out, and it's Miami 17 and Tampa Bay nothing. Thank you for picking that up.
Oh, you're welcome, John. Get the team, you know.
Really?
And now with now the situation becomes Testaverde on the sideline. Do you go to him? Well, if it were my decision, I'd say no. As we take a look at our 10-minute ticker, in Cleveland now with a 10-point bulge over Cincinnati, the Rams over New Orleans, and New England continues with that surprising lead over the Chicago Bears.
Why wouldn't you go to him?
Because now with a 17-point deficit, Buffalo easily over Green Bay, the Jets over Pittsburgh by 7. The Dolphins are going to be in a deep zone back there. You're trying to give them a little bit of confidence. Sit back, look at the big picture, and I think you lose everything that you might have gained in the first half by taking Testaverde and putting him into a very, very difficult situation. I'd stay with Ferguson.
Okay. And Testaverde does have a little bit of a back pull. That's nothing major. He could play.
Well, the word was that he slipped in the shower on Tuesday, and that Tampa Bay Bridge is also for sale, I guess.
Here's Don Smith on the return to the 20. Flag is down. 25-yard line, and Smith is down. Kuczynski was there for Miami.
Illegal block on the run back on number 52. 10-yard penalty. First down.
Victor Jones, number 52, with it. Getting flagged. That's the second time during the contest that Jones has been called.
So Tampa Bay from their own 12-yard line. Trailing Miami 17-0. William Howard, the remaining back. Ferguson, the quarterback. Good protection. Drops it off to Howard over the middle. Has about 5. Jackie Shipp makes the tackle. He's replaced Mark Brown, who came out limping a little bit earlier.
And the report on Brown is that he had an ankle injury. He may or may not return to the contest. It has not been ruled out yet.
Okay. Howard. 3 yards to the 20. I'm not sure I understand this. I really think that when you're down 17-0, a little over 2 minutes to go in the third, you've got to come out throwing. You've got to try and get something on the board as soon as possible.
Yeah, I agree with you.
Just from an emotion standpoint.
Yeah, I think you're right. And plus this crowd, you know, this is a franchise that's trying to put people into the stands. And this is the largest crowd of the year. They're expecting over 70,000 people. They're averaging just over 40 in their first 4 contests. The only games that sell out here in Tampa traditionally have been against the Chicago Bears and against the Miami Dolphins. But you want to show some kind of an exciting brand of football, and so far that has not occurred for Tampa Bay.
67,352 in attendance here. That's the official count. We just got that. A yard, but he needed 2. Don Smith, the ball carrier. Now let's go to New York City and Gail Gardner. Gail?
All right, Jimmy, in Cleveland, the play of the special teams keeps the Browns ahead. Bengals Scott Bullhage back to punt. It is blocked by Pro Bowl cornerback Frank Minifield. Herm Fontenot picks it up, rolls into the end zone. 20-13 Browns. Back to Charlie and Jimmy in Tampa.
Ooh, that is interesting. We saw Cincinnati last week. They looked very good. Cleveland back with Kozar.
And a little bit of a boo going up here at Tampa Stadium. 4th and about a half a yard, but Ray Perkins has decided to kick it away.
I would agree with that. Criswell kicking to Schwede.
I would agree with it as well.
I just didn't agree with him running on that series. Schwede catches it and is dropped in his tracks. Good coverage downfield by Odie Harris. Perhaps he feels that time is in his favor.
Well,
maybe he needs a turnover.
It's not in his favor, but he does have an entire quarter. If you go for 4th and a yard with about a minute and a half left in the 3rd quarter, you're giving up the football game. If you don't make it, the football game is over. And I think Ray Perkins thinks that he's got to have a little bit of confidence in his offensive team that they could score 17 points in the 4th quarter. But that's not the right time to go for it.
Miami at their own 43-yard line, leading 17-0. Reno with great protection could just wait as long as he wanted to and then find the touchdown-scoring Mark Clayton, who has 2. Reynolds drops him at the 45-yard line of Tampa Bay, first down.
Marino has something we call a recovery arm. Watch him pump fake. Now, he wants to throw it to somebody, pulls it back at the last minute, and has the strength and quickness to reload and throw it to Clayton over the middle. That's a recovery arm.
58 seconds and counting. Time remaining, 3rd quarter. Hampton almost at the tackle. Bobby Futrell got him.
It also is a big reason that reloading action of Dan Marino, why he's not been sacked very often. Take a look at it. Sacks allowed for the entire year. Just 7 by the Dolphins. This, the 9th game of the season. They have led the NFL in the fewest amount of sacks allowed for the past 6 seasons. Now, a lot has to do with Dan Marino, but also with the offensive line, coached by John Sandusky. This is a coach who has really had to patchwork a lot of people. Dwight Stevenson, their all-pro center, is not there, but Sandusky's put this team back together, and along with Marino's release, they are sackless.
2nd and 8, and it's incomplete. Farrell Edmonds at tight end, the intended receiver. Mark Clayton, by the way, 6 receptions, 71 yards, all in the 2nd half.
And that's Ronnie Lee, number 72, the offensive right tackle for the Dolphins, who's down for Miami, and that presents a couple of problems. Of course, we don't know how severely injured Lee is, but the Dolphins have only 1 remaining backup offensive lineman. That is Louis Cheeks.
New England just picked up 3 more points over Chicago with a field goal. It's now New England 23, Chicago 7, with 1:05 to go in the 3rd quarter of that ball game. And here with 4 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of this ball game, it is the Dolphins Miami 17 and the Bucs nothing.
Take a look at the left side of your screen. That's Ronnie Lee at the very left. Let's take a look, see if we can. It seems that he was poked in the eye. At least that's what the doctors seem to be indicating. But it is hard to see from that angle. Because Farrell Edmonds, number 80, has really gotten a workout today with the Tampa Bay trying to double cover the outside receivers.
In the AFC East, starting today, Buffalo's record 7-1, the Jets 4-3-1, Miami 4-4, so they're in 3rd place, followed by Indianapolis and New England, both at 3-5. In the Central Division, Chicago losing there. It looks as if their record is going to go to 7-2. Minnesota's 5-3. Tampa Bay is 2-6. Detroit and Green Bay also at 2-6. That is all, of course, starting today's play. Four seconds left to go in the third quarter. 3rd down and 8. Miami just outside the 42-yard line of Tampa Bay. Stratford back in the shotgun with Marino. And Clayton comes in motion. Marino has pressure. And it is incomplete. Due for the intended receiver, but Marino had run out of time. We run out of time in the third. That is the end of the third quarter. Miami 17, Tampa Bay nothing. We'll be right back after these messages from your local station. Their scoring points. Notice the Buccaneers.
Yeah, they
in the fourth quarter.
Badly outscored in the first 3, but outscoring the opposition in the fourth. That's a bit misleading because the reason they outscored teams in the fourth is they've been so far behind when the fourth quarter began.
Roby just trying to drop this one down inside of the 20, and an unbelievable mistake. You cannot make that kind of mistake. That's Renee Thompson. Positioned himself perfectly. He wanted to be at the 1-yard line.
You know, you can't get that any better. The job of Thompson is supposed to go to the goal line, and turn around and stop.
And Roby dropped it on about, what, the 10 or the 12, and it rolled right to him.
Perfect spot. He should have stopped at the goal line, caught the football, and they got to start from the 1-inch line. And instead, it goes to the 20.
Yeah, he thought it was the stripe was a 5-yard line.
And that is a look of pain on the face of Tom.
Oh, yeah. So we bring it out to the 20-yard line.
And that was Bob Brzezinski, number 59, commiserating with him.
Ferguson over the middle. The pass is complete. A gain of 6 yards on the play. That is Calvin McGee, his 5th reception on the year. He's one of the 2 tight ends. Graff and Offerdahl with the tackle. Second down and 4 for Tampa Bay, trailing 17-0. Their own 26-yard line. Pass complete again to McGee. And he's out to the 35-yard line. So he has 9 yards in the first down. William Howard with the block. William Judson with the tackle. And I'd come back to McGee again.
Yeah, well, they're giving him all kind of room because, you know, up 17 points, when you're up by 17, you're going to allow a tight end to catch a 6-yard pattern. Cleveland is now a 7-point lead over Cincinnati, and the Rams leading New Orleans in a key NFC game.
New England big over Chicago.
Yeah.
Buffalo big over Green Bay. Jets and Pittsburgh still close in the 4.
And the Jets scored 17 straight points to take the lead.
Now Dallas 10, Phoenix 3. Atlanta still leading Philadelphia. Ferguson has completed 12 of 16. And now 13 of 17. This one to Mark Carrier. 48-yard line. Judson and Shipp with the tackle. 48. Gain of 13, first down. How much is Miami playing off the ball?
Well, they're playing, you know, they're on the outside, the cornerbacks are about 12 yards off the ball, which is not unusual. They'll move up to 7 or 8 and then back to 12. They're willing to give away that 10-yard out at this stage of the game. Now they're back up at 3 or 4 yards back.
Ferguson deep. Flag is down. Almost intercepted. I'm not sure that Jarvis Williams saw the ball. Mark Carrier, or the intended receiver, and it was over his head, or maybe he didn't think it'd come that high.
Yeah.
That could be embarrassing.
Well, I've been in that position. That's kind of like you stick your hand up and say, I know there's a safety somewhere in this vicinity. You know, I know somebody's around. And so he had a half-hearted glance upfield and a half-hearted effort for the football. That's what comes down to. He was worried about taking the hit across the middle.
Holding. Defense, number 56. 5-yard penalty. First down.
That's holding on John Offerdahl.
Number 99. Number 99. Correction, please.
No, they corrected. That was Rick Graff who's holding. Me? Wait a minute. You talking about it, Offerdahl? Huh?
Yeah, he thought he got away with one for a minute. Yeah.
Automatic first down. And the ball at the 46-yard line.
You see the cornerbacks of the Dolphins now up on the line of scrimmage. Go back out of there when the ball is snapped on.
Caught and out of bounds as Mark Carrier. Judson takes him out. It'll be a first down at the 32-yard line. Gain of 14.
And the fans here wanted a flag thrown on the defensive back. The official warns him right at the end. It is Judson, number 49, on Carrier, and he's out of bounds.
No, I think you could. Yes,
I think he could have thrown a flag.
Yes, I do too.
But he does give him a bit of a warning. He's lucky he didn't throw the flag on him.
Do warnings help?
No.
Then throw the flag.
I agree.
Okay.
Absolutely. As a receiver, you never have to tell me twice they should have thrown a flag against the defensive back.
First down at the 32. Flags are down. Did he run out of time?
I think the clock expired. Left side of your screen, no, it's number 72, Rob Taylor, who moves a little bit prematurely.
Start. Offense, number 72. 5-yard penalty. Repeat the down. First down.
So now at the 37-yard line of Miami, it's first and 15.
And Kenneth Roy Edmondson, our producer, right on top of it as we thought the clock ran down. He correctly pointed that Rob Taylor was actually moving.
You think they both happened? Do you think we were half right that the clock ran down?
No, I think we were wrong.
We can't run that one by him, can we? All right, first and 15. Ferguson, good protection and on target at the 30-yard line. And then it is fumbled. They may blow the play dead. They're going to say the play was dead. Calvin McGee with the reception, and then it was Judson and Jarvis Williams who were there for Miami.
Now, this is the same play that Mark Carrier was open out before and put the half-hearted effort up. He was wide open, Carrier was, but instead Ferguson goes to McGee, and the whistle must have been blown. He's struggling for extra yardage, but the whistle must have been blown, and only the official on the field can make that call. Yeah. That's an occasion where the replay official has got to find out, did you blow the whistle?
No,
that's what they've got to ask.
That's right. And it can be, what they call a quick whistle. It can be an inadvertent whistle. When that whistle sounds, plays over.
The ball carrier was ruled to have his forward progress stopped prior to losing the ball. Second down.
And that's really to protect the receiver in those cases. Whenever they blow it dead, it's obvious he's not going any farther. They protect the player. Let's see when the whistle was probably blown. We can't have any way to tell. I guess there is when they decided to blow the whistle, and it is a couple of steps before the ball pops loose.
So it goes for 5, second down and 10. And one of the things that they're working on is a way to electronically put the whistle into the tape for the review of the official. That's part of the future in the officiating in the National Football League. Here comes the blitz, picked up. Pass is complete at the 25-yard line. Carrier to the 10. He cuts back. He's to the 5-yard line. Mark Carrier, his 5th reception. $27 yards on that play. He has 88 yards in receiving.
As you mentioned, Charlie, the blitz coming from the right side of the screen. That gives Carrier a little bit of room, but he makes the good move on Langford, number 44, and then it's all on Carrier by himself, beating 2 or 3 Dolphins down the sideline to get the absolute most out of the play that he could.
And Bruce Hill with a key block downfield. 5-yard line, first down goal to go. The Bucs can pick up their first touchdown of the ballgame. They trail 17-0. 10:52 and counting time remaining. Touchdown. GOAT to semi-hero.
Well, how about
coughed up the ball?
How about from GOAT to they won't yell at me so badly in the films on
that's
Monday?
semi. That's semi. That's semi. Yeah.
The Bucs had an offensive lineman that was an eligible receiver. He cleaned out the area. Look inside, carrying 3 Dolphins with him. I don't know why they were going to cover. I think it was number 71, Mark Cooper, who as a tackle was eligible. Ezigwe Buike makes good on the extra point.
And so Tampa Bay is within 10 with 10:42 left. Back for the kickoff.
Today's game is brought to you by Bud Light. Everything else is just a light. By BMW, the ultimate driving machine. To arrange a thorough test drive, phone your nearest BMW dealer. And by Jiffy Lube. 45,000 drivers a day trust Jiffy Lube for oil, lube, and fluid service.
The knockout punch, right?
That's right. The swashbuckling Buccaneers.
Here's Cribbs on the return from the 4-yard line. Turns it at the 20, and out of bounds about the 27, maybe the 28.
All right,
Ricky Reynolds got it.
I'm sorry, this play, the touchdown for Tampa Bay was very unusual. The Bucs had number 71, Mark Cooper, an offensive tackle as an eligible receiver. Watch him, right part of your screen. Watch how many Dolphins cover him. This is an offensive tackle. He used to play for the University of Miami. There's 3 of them there. Now, I don't know if he's a good receiver or not, but he can't be that good because Lars Tate is all wide alone.
He doesn't need 3, does he?
Well, that's the problem. A coach should say, you got to watch out for that Tampa Bay team because they use a tackle eligible, and they overcompensate, the players do, by covering with 3 different people.
Middle screen. Marino took a lot of time to set it up. It is incomplete to Hampton. Murphy was there. That drive of Tampa Bay, 80 yards in 9 plays. Ferguson to Lars Tate from 5 yards out.
And as you pointed out on our commercial break, Charlie, that was really the only long drive of the contest.
Took 4 minutes and 9 seconds. The only long touchdown drive. That's right. The other, the short drives. Ferguson now 17 of 21, 175 yards.
And you can't beat those numbers. 17 to 21. You can't fault Ferguson for this game thus far.
Jensen in motion, 2nd and 10. Complete at the 40-yard line. And it is Duper at the 40, a gain of 12 and a first down. Let me check the scores. It's now Cleveland 23 as you take a look at this. Cleveland 23, Cincinnati 13. Browns up by 10. Rams by 2 over New Orleans, 12-10. New England is still big over Chicago, 23-7. Buffalo 21, Green Bay nothing. Jets 17, Pittsburgh 13. Dallas by 7 over Phoenix, 10-3. Atlanta by 10 over Philadelphia, 20-10. And here it is Miami 17 and Tampa Bay 7 with 9:45 left to go. Hampton to the 45-yard line. Harry Hamilton with the tackle.
On that previous catch by Mark Duper, Ricky Reynolds, the defensive back for the Tampa Bay Bucs, giving the Dolphins a lot of room on the corner, and I wouldn't be surprised. We've been waiting for it as you look at Joe Ferguson, who, by the way, has put on some great numbers today.
Really has.
Yeah, 7 of 7 on that drive, 17 of 21 on the afternoon. But previously, the Dolphins had talked about this week trying to convince the Tampa Bay Buc defense to come up on the short patterns and then go downfield. Let's see if Dan Marino doesn't pull that out of the park.
2nd down. Harold Edmonds, the tight end. And he's brought down by Kevin Murphy. It was going to be 3rd down and 1. I see exactly where they marked the ball. Yes. Don Shula can't find a place to watch the game. Back at the crowd.
A lot of big bodies out
there. Oh, yeah. There's the time remaining.